Hi guys, welcome back to Not Your French Girl. Today we have a really special guest, Amanda Rollins, with us.
aka American Fee.
Yay! Welcome, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
She moved to Paris solo, not for love, not for a job, just for the love of the country. And we can't wait to hear how that turned out for you and all your tips and tricks as well. We want to know everything about like your journey and your adventure.
Absolutely.
Let's just start with the biggest question. Why Paris and how did you manage to come?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke French. I started learning French in 6th grade when I was 12 and became obsessed with it.
Damn.
And then I was president of the French club in high school.
I love it.
When I went to college, I started as a French major, but then I switched to a minor because I didn't want to be a teacher.
Okay.
And I figured that's the only thing you can do with a French major, even though that was wrong, but that's what I thought.
Okay.
And I just became obsessed. Like speaking French was part of my personality. I loved it.
Awesome.
I was always interested in French culture. Like we used to sing French songs in class. We put on plays in class. Like
Love that.
we did Cyrano de Bergerac in my French class in high school. Like I don't know. I was just obsessed. And I always thought to myself, okay, like if I could live anywhere, if I could do anything, if money wasn't an object, I would obviously just move to Paris. Because Paris, I mean, it's Paris. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. When you think of France, like obviously there's other parts, but Paris is, you know, the oomph of France when you think about it. And I actually read a book, The Alchemist, which is my favorite book in the entire world. I read that book, and at the end of the book, I was like, oh, I have to move to Paris.
That was like your click moment.
Yeah, and I always say to people that book is very dangerous. If there's something that you know you need to be doing, but you're not doing it in the back of your head, you read that book and you're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a powerful book. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Can I swear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I swear
of
all
course.
the time.
Perfect.
Don't be
Feel
shy,
comfortable,
babe.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, if I don't go, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. So that day I told my company on Monday, made an account on aupairworld.com, had like 3 interviews with 3 different families. By the following Friday, I had signed a contract with a family to become an au pair. Because I had started researching probably 2 years before, like the first time I went to Paris by myself, the process began.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like for funsies, you know?
Just having a little look.
Just
here and there.
browsing the visa situation. And I had like a Google Chrome folder of like moving to Paris. But like every time the idea popped in, I would do more research, add more to it.
Yeah.
So by the time I was like, we're ready, like let's go, I had already done all the research. I already knew which visa would be the easiest to get, which is the au pair visa.
Yeah.
I already knew like what I needed. So I was like, okay, like let's go. Let's press the go button. We're good to go.
But you never visited Paris before?
I visited once in 2016 by myself. It was in January, right after the terrorist attacks, actually. So it was a really weird time in Paris.
a bit dark, yeah.
It was, but it was, I don't know, I never visited up until then because I couldn't afford it. Like I was broke. I had a career in sales, and in sales you get commissions if you're good at your job.
Yeah.
And I got my first really big commission check. So when I saw that money hit my bank account, I booked a flight to Paris from my cell phone in a parking lot because I was like, oh, I can afford it. Like let's go.
Let's just fucking do it,
So I booked my flight, came, was scammed like 3 times, you know, like but it was but I had such a nice time. I had the best time. So ever since then, in the back of my head, I was like, okay, like one day. And then I realized what do you mean, like, if I could move anywhere? I can move anywhere. I literally can.
That's the kind of mind
so
you need.
that's how it happened.
Awesome.
We never heard about this story. It was like, it's so nice to hear now. And now you're here with this large TikTok account, a big TikTok community. How does it feel? And how did you start?
I mean, it feels crazy sometimes because I don't think of myself as like, I'm not famous. I'm just a lady who has a cell phone, you know? But it's crazy because like the opportunities that it's given me, I'm like, I literally can't believe it. It feels really cool. And I'm very grateful for the position I found myself in because I'm more interested in the things it's led to, which is the friends that I've met. Like, first of all, half my friends, they came from TikTok. I literally, half of my best friends I found on TikTok.
So nice.
And the other creators I've gotten to meet and collaborate with, which has been really cool. And then the events that I've gotten to go to and just like lists that I get to be on now. And I don't know, I think it's the coolest job in the entire world because I get to talk about things that I like, but I also get to help people.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was like, I've been through this and it's really hard.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like you name it, it's happened to me in Paris. I mean, if you know a bit of my story, I've had some things happen to me in Paris.
School scams.
Yeah, but it's never once changed my opinion on Paris, on France, on moving abroad. I did it with no money. I did it by myself. And I know how life-changing that was for me. So anytime I hear anyone being like, oh, I'd like to move somewhere, I'm like, I'm a little crazy. I like hop on them and I'm like, you should do it. I'm like, you should move to Paris.
Yeah.
Actually, my best friend, I convinced her to move to Paris. I met her on the phone. I literally, so I'm sorry, I'm going way off track. I'll get back to,
let's go.
I'll go back to TikTok, but one of my best friends and I made a TikTok of like things about Frenchmen that give us the ick or something. Yes. And it was like back when people were using the voice effects, like and it was we were just being silly. And this girl commented and she goes, "You guys are hilarious. You should start a podcast." And we were like, "Maybe we will." And she goes, "Well, you can practice and be on my podcast." And we were like, okay, like she has a podcast. So we decided to go on her podcast. We start a group chat. So we're like texting on WhatsApp and this girl is so sweet. She speaks French. She's obsessed with Paris. And I'm like, this girl's really cool. Yeah. We do the podcast and at the end we keep talking on the phone because we're chit-chatting. Yeah. And I'm like, why don't you live here? Like she speaks French and you're obsessed with Paris. I'm like, why don't you live here? She's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, no, but you sound like me. You literally are reminding me of me. You speak French, you love Paris. Why don't you live here? And she goes, I don't know, I have a dog. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I moved here with my cat.
Move, take a flight, babe.
And then my friend is like, the hardest part of moving to Paris is making friends and you have us. Yes. She made an appointment at the embassy the next day. This girl, like, because I think she just needed someone to push her, So she makes her appointment at the embassy to get her visa. When I met her for the first time, it was her arriving at my house in Paris. She was going to be living with me for 2 weeks. We'd never met in person. She just arrived with all of her luggage, lived with me for 2 weeks. I got her set up with a bank account, with a cell phone plan. We found her apartment in 2 weeks.
Bravo to that, though, because that's wild.
Yeah, no, I was like, you're going to do the Paris fast track. You're going to skip all the nonsense. We're going to get you in. Yeah. And now she lives here and she's one of my best friends.
I love it.
So whenever I hear people talk about wanting to visit Paris or wanting to move here, I feel personally involved in that. I take that personally. So when I started my TikTok, the idea was not to be the Paris girl. It was to just, make videos like everybody else. But the first time I started talking about healthcare in France, that video went crazy. And it was like 50% conservative Americans being like, well, you guys would be speaking German if it wasn't for us. And I was like, that's actually not how history works, but okay. And then other people being like, oh my God, that's crazy that you can go to the hospital and not take out a second mortgage for it, right? Yeah. So then I was like, oh, you guys are interested in this. I can share about my life in Paris, what it's like, all the things that you maybe you hear about, but like I'm actually living it. I can share that with you.
Yeah, of course.
And then I started giving tips like, hey, don't make this mistake that I made when I came here. And then it got to the point where now if you even say the word Paris around your cell phone, I'm going to come up on your phone. It's just how
you're just going to pop up like, hey.
Yeah. And then, I get messages from people and they're like, Amanda, I didn't get scammed because of you. A taxi driver tried to charge me too much and I didn't let them because of you. And I'm like, I'll be like in the bar, like crying at my phone. I'm like,
oh, that's so
great.
So much. You must feel so good because like you talk a lot about scams and everything.
Yeah.
And I think you've helped a lot of people because like if you search scams on TikTok, I'm sure your name will pop up, especially scams in Paris.
I kind of own that topic. Like that's mine. I own that one. Yeah.
But I think that's great. Like the fact that you're able to like really help people and just like remind them like, it's okay. You're going to make mistakes and I've gone through it and you're just kind of leading them to maybe an easier way to deal with these kinds of things. And that's nice.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but I feel like sometimes when people who move here or anywhere and they succeed, they have a sense of like entitlement about it. And I do understand this. I've even felt it myself a little bit. You're kind of like, I did it. Yeah. So like, I've even seen people when they hear of someone else wanting to move here, their first thing is like, well, good luck. Like, it's going to be really hard. And like, I've even had friends say that to me. Like when I first got here, Americans that already lived here would kind of give me that, like, well, good luck. Like it's going to be really difficult for you to find a job.
I don't like this mindset. I'm not going to lie to you.
What the hell? Like, what about like camaraderie? I don't understand. Yeah. So I just didn't want to be that way. I wanted to be like, hey, you can move here. It is going to be hard, but I'm going to tell you how. And like, don't stress. Like, it's normal. Oh, like a French person made you cry? Normal. It's okay. Yeah. You just got to learn how to navigate living here, but like, it's worth it. And I don't know. I just think of people sitting at home, hating their jobs, wishing that they could live somewhere. And I'm like, please do it. Just do it because you will never regret it. Period. Like I saw what it did for me. So I want to do that for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're like Paris' big sister.
Yeah.
Helping everyone.
For real.
But do you think like knowing French before made it a bit easier for you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that really helped. Granted, when I arrived, they could barely understand me because my accent was shit because my teacher, even though she speaks French, she's an American. Yeah. So like, it was like the blind leading the blind. Not that she's blind. She was my friend. She teacher is incredible, but like, it's like if her accent isn't perfect and then my copying her accent is even worse. And then I hadn't had many opportunities to practice apart from like when I would go to Canada sometimes, which is a different accent as well.
Totally different.
Right?
Yes.
So like I got here, mind you, and I was like, I'm fluent in French. I told everyone, I was like, it's going to be a breeze. I got here, tried to order like a croissant at a boulangerie and they were like, what? And then they switched to English and I was like, that is not what I thought was going to happen. So yes, it helped because like apart from the speaking, the reading comprehension and the writing comprehension, like I knew French. So I think that made it a lot easier, but I still had a lot of learning to do before I could like express myself and be understood. I always say the test to know if you can speak French is if you can have a conversation on the phone, but also if you can defend can you fight on the phone? If you can argue,
Can you fight in French?
if you can fight on the phone in French, you're good.
Yeah.
That's to me like the litmus test.
Yeah, I've gone through this as well, and now I can find in French, and I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fluent now.
No, it's part of it.
Yes, exactly. And understanding the other person, like on the other side of the line with all the noise and stuff, so hard.
Because also those guys, it's usually like a delivery guy. They're not speaking French. They're speaking like, that's another thing. No one tells you that no one speaks real French. Yeah. This new age French with the slang and the wesh and it's like.
But that's all my French, to be honest. That's the only kind of French I learned. I didn't learn from school. I didn't go to classes. I learned through like the streets. I learned with friends.
Streets from the streets raised me.
I'm saying wesh ma gueule, but that's not the only thing. Otherwise, it's like not proper at all. But you're totally right.
But that probably makes you feel more like a local anyway.
I mean, yeah, people perceive it that way, but I feel like at the same time, it's nice to be able to like go to the préfecture and say like, oui, bonjour.
Yeah.
Like the
Like,
good
I'm
French.
thinking in my head like frérot, and it's like not working at all.
I don't think they would give you the nationality if you'd be like, oh, frérot, ma nationalité.
I mean, they might.
Stamp, okay.
Be careful with your visa appointment.
Oopsie. No, but yeah.
But anyway, so you came here as an au pair, and you stayed au pair for how long?
I think I started in September 1st or something, and I think so basically when I was the oldest au pair in France. Like I don't know if I have like the statistics on that, but I'm willing to put my life that I was the oldest au pair in France because most au pairs are like 18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
I was 28.
Oh, wow.
But you could still be an au pair.
Yeah, so the cutoff is 30, and so I really like got in there at the right time. It's because because you have to be unmarried and under 30 because the au pair position is a very specific position. You can only do it for 2 years, and there's such a tax benefit for the family. Like it's really meant to be an exchange program. It's not the same as being a nunu. A nunu, like if I was a nunu, they would have to give me health insurance like as them being my employer, but because of this like government program, it's like handled by them. So there's a lot of stipulations, and the reason you have to be young and unmarried is they don't want people coming in as an au pair trying to stay, which I'm assuming has happened. Turns out you're not supposed to be able to stay, and I scammed the system. My lawyer and I talked about that. I wasn't supposed to be able to stay, but I did. I snuck in and I'll explain that in a moment. But
I don't know about that.
And hell yeah, I stayed. I wasn't leaving. But so when I was interviewing with the family, they knew the deal. I was like, I was in sales for 6 years. I had a whole career in Boston. Like I had a great job in Boston. So I wasn't like coming here for a trial. They understood that I was planning to stay and that this is what I'm going to do just to like, get acclimated. And, of course I love kids, so I'm happy to help out with this, but I am looking to then go get a job in my actual field. I already speak French, and they're like, that's perfect. We want to choose you because you're older. We like that you're older. So like you're more responsible and we know the deal.
That's true though.
And the family was going to be moving to Bordeaux at the end of the year anyway. Okay. So this was all like, so it was going to work out. But I started interviewing at French companies, I think in February of that year.
Okay. Oh, that was really quick.
Yeah, it was quite quick. And I had, oh my God, in my au pair apartment, I had like a backwards calendar. I was like, I need a job by this date. I need my new visa by this date. Like I was a little crazy about it.
You're Virgo rising, by the way, guys. I don't know if he said that, but she is Scorpio Sun, Libra Moon,
Virgo rising.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
Perfect.
That took me a hot minute.
So I started interviewing in February, and then I think I got my offer from the company in April of that year.
Okay.
And they were super cool, this company. They worked out with me that I would start part-time, so that way I could still, because I didn't want to bail on the family. Like I felt like I had an obligation to them. I really liked them. I loved the kids. So I wasn't going to just like exit my au pair duties to go start. So they actually let me start part-time at first, which is cool. And then I started, I did a couple hours, like I would be like in the office from like 11 to 3, and then I would go pick up the kids. So that was my my process. And then I went full time at the company with the CDI July 1st.
Congrats.
So I think I ended with the family like June or something. So I think I did like 9 months of being an au pair.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
but
they
that's great.
were moving anyway, so
Yeah.
well, that was convenient for you.
Yeah, like it really worked out.
I can imagine.
But yeah, because getting a CDI that fast as well, like
Yes.
people struggle here.
I know. And like I told you, I had a friend, she was like, you're not going to be able to get a CDI. And I was like, well, now I'm going to get one more.
Yes, exactly. Just to prove it to
like,
you.
how dare you? But I'm like excessively determined. Like no means nothing to me. I love a challenge. So I don't know. I wasn't worried. I was never worried that it was going to work out. So
That's a great mindset to have as
Yes,
well.
Yeah.
exactly. I think you need this mindset a bit here.
well, like, you know, one of my favorite quotes is whether you think you can or can't, you're correct.
Yeah.
Love that.
If you think you
I
can't,
love
then
that
you
too,
won't.
Yeah.
I think that too. Me, I'm a very spiritual person. I think like if you really believe that you can do it, you can.
Yeah. Like have
really got to
like the Delulu and the audacity has gotten me here.
Babe, honestly, I'm as Delulu as you are. I'm like, I believe things that haven't even happened yet. I'm like, yes.
No,
it's
of
gonna
course.
work
We're all
out.
Delulu.
Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
One thing I want to know though is about your typical day in Paris. How does it go about? Do you start with a little morning matcha? How does it go?
Oh, it varies a lot. But like I would say typically I go to Pilates a couple times a week. So I don't know, I probably wake up at like 7:30. I have coffee and then I make my coffee and then hop back into bed, and that's where I get to scroll on my phone peacefully. That's my morning time. Like coffee in bed and like I'm not moving for like a solid 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I either go to Pilates or go to whatever my first meeting is.
Yeah.
Usually my first meeting's at like 9 or like 8 or 9. No, I don't take eight meetings. That's a lie. My Pilates is at 8. Or my first meeting will be at 9. So usually like the mornings are kind of like I'm like around the house because I work from home. So I'll be around the house in either in a meeting or Pilates. And then I probably like start getting ready for the day. Like, especially if I'm filming, like I'll like do my hair and makeup, whatever, then I'm filming. And then the day is either spent working at my computer at home, or I'll be out like having like a lunch meeting or having an event because I get invited to a lot of like daytime events too with brands or things like that.
fun.
So nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Or if I'm doing like if I'm shooting for a brand, for example, sometimes I'll go out, like a friend will come with me and we'll like walk around Paris and do the shooting outside.
Yeah.
And then a couple of times a week I'll have like some sort of event, most likely. Or dinner with friends or something, or meetings, because I also have my creator academy. So I have like an academy to teach people to get started on social media.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? That sounds super interesting.
That's something new that I started. I think it started in June this year. But anyone who wants to get started on social media and doesn't know how, whether it's how to edit, how to film, how to work with brands, how to make content that actually works. Like, what kind of content should you make? And it literally covers everything, start to finish, just all the things I had to learn. And part of that is depending on like which level member you are. There's bi-weekly calls that I do with people. For the past like 6 months, I'm just locked in at my desk until 11 p.m. because I'm doing these calls. Wow. So that takes up a lot of my weekly time. I can imagine. And then like if there's like a single free night in my calendar, maybe I have like a date or something.
A little date, a little.
Yeah, a little cheeky date.
Like stay home. Like last night, I like chose to stay home last night because I was like, when's the last time you did that? Like maybe just stay home.
Yeah, and also just to decompress and just like catch up on some Netflix series, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's got to be done. We've all been
So
there.
true, yeah.
Speaking of dating, is there anything happening in your life? Do you want to share anything? What was your last date that you went on? Was it catastrophic? Was it with a Parisian?
No, he wasn't from Paris. He was from Lyon.
Okay.
It was like maybe 2 weeks ago. Really, he was really nice. He gave me
But there's a but.
no. So like I don't know. He has like a lot of the things that I look for in a guy. I like a guy who's a bit more calm because I am not. You know what I mean? So I feel like that works well. Like I tend to date guys who are a little bit more introverted than I am, and I find that
So
that
it
works.
balances a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that tends to work. I've literally never dated someone older than me in my life. So I always date younger than me. So I think he was like 28 or 29, which makes sense. But you know, I keep dating 28-year-olds, but I get older. They keep staying 28.
The timeline keeps saying.
It's terrible.
It's fine.
But yeah, I don't know. I love a younger guy. So you know, he was cool. He was nice. But the thing is with me is like I know immediately. Like I am a 100% someone who falls in love at first sight, and I don't mean like first sight, but it's like first
Feeling
absorption of your energy.
of
Like
course.
I can tell you the past like several guys, like the past men that I've like loved, I knew after my first meeting them, I was like, oh, I'm gonna date them. Like I know I am. And I didn't feel that with him. So there's nothing wrong with him, but I'm also I know myself. And I've done the whole like, let's give it a try thing. It never comes. If I don't feel it on the first date, I probably won't.
Yeah, you just don't want to waste your time.
And I don't want to waste their time too.
Of course.
So I don't know. I haven't seen him again.
Okay.
And I probably won't.
There's plenty of fish in the sea, as they say.
That's what they say.
But how has it feel for you to date Frenchmen? Is it super different from the American?
Well, I like Frenchmen. I like dating Frenchmen. Yeah, like I wouldn't date an American.
Okay.
But the other thing is I've been here so long now that like people always ask for that. I'm like, dude, I don't even remember dating Americans. It was 8 years ago. So I don't like, I really don't even really remember what it's like. Cause my last serious relationship in Boston was in like 2014 maybe. Damn. So it was a while ago.
Yeah.
But I feel that's so hard. Like, I don't know, like me, I'm Australian. I never dated an Australian guy. Never in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I've always lived I lived in China. I went to Paris and I never like dated from my own country. So
that's
like,
so true.
That's so true. But like, I feel like, Parisian guys, I mean, you're married to one, so you don't have an excuse.
We're a PhD in Frenchman.
But yeah, the Parisian guys are nice. I like them.
Yeah, they're nice. They're really nice.
Yeah, I like them. And I feel like a lot of the guys I go on dates with they're never from Paris. It's very rare that they're from Paris. They're usually from somewhere else. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people in Paris as well. So there's like from a bunch of different cities in France. But
Yeah.
there's sometimes there's this Parisian. They're a little bit special, but it's fine.
A little bit special, but they're good.
Yeah.
But there's a guy that I date sometimes. I don't know, it's one of those complicated things. Like a
situation.
He's present in my life. I don't know. Like, yeah, honestly, I have love for him. Like, I love this guy, but like, we're not together. But like,
That's fine.
like maybe we'll just get married. Like, fuck it. I don't know.
Just like in 5 years, if we're still both,
At this point, we know each other so well. Like, I don't like I think he's from Paris.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Well, if you vibe and at the end in like 5 years, you're like, well,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready now. So
Yeah, but like, I still want to be hot in my wedding though. So like maybe sooner than 5 years.
too.
Yeah.
For sure you will be. So let's talk about a little bit of bureaucracy now. So you came with an au pair visa and then you changed for a work visa, I imagine?
Yeah. So I went from, at the time, this was 2017, 8 years ago, the au pair visa was technically a student visa.
Okay.
So I think that's partially how I scammed the system. So it would say like student, like it would say étudiante, and then like parentheses au pair. And this will be because then I got my work contract. So then I switched directly into the European carte bleue. Basically like the passport visa, the talent. Sorry, I can't talk. Thank you. I can't talk. Talent passport. But then in the talent passport, there's like 8 subdivisions of this. They keep adding new ones. And there's different ways that you can qualify for this. And like one of them is that you are very, very famous or something. Okay. Another one is that like you are a certified researcher and you're going to do like official scientific research.
Okay, wow.
Another one is basically the carte bleue. It's basically a highly skilled employee. Someone that they needed to hire you because you're specialized, essentially. And it just so turns out that my specific career background and like my experience qualified for this because I was in sales enablement. And sales enablement there's not that many people that can do sales enablement. And it's especially in tech companies now, all tech companies are hiring for sales enablement, but they have a hard time filling it because it's not strictly a salesperson, it's sales training.
Yes.
And people that, I don't know. It's a complicated thing. So I qualified for it. So that was great.
Awesome.
And because I had been, it actually like I always think to myself like it's so great that I did this because had I just come to Paris right after college, I would have never qualified for this, and it would have never worked. But because I had 5 years or 6 years professional experience, I did qualify for this. So that's the visa that I had, and that's a 4-year visa. And I renewed that twice, so I had that for 2 years.
Amazing.
And now you applied for the citizenship. How's it going?
Yeah. Well, after that, I had to switch to auto entrepreneur. Because when I left the corporate world to do my own business, I had to then do that, which is so annoying because I still had 2 years left on the other one, but to legally work, I had to change.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so lame. So I like abandoned that, got the auto entrepreneur, and we were submitting my paperwork for citizenship at the same time as I had to renew that one. And instead of renewing, I was like, wait, I qualify for the 10-year card. And they were like, actually, yeah, let's just do that. So that way, even if something happens with citizenship, I just have the 10-year card. So that's what I have now.
Yeah. But it's going, your citizenship.
Yeah, so all is well. I'm just literally waiting to see my name in the Journal Officiel.
Ah, yes.
I check it every day, even though my lawyer told me not to check it because he wants to check it and surprise me. And I'm like,
That's so cute.
okay, but how can you expect me to not check it every day? I have to check
the
it.
anxiety is real.
You're checking every day.
I'm just so excited. I just want to see it. So yeah, it should be normally around October that I should have an answer.
Nice.
Or I already have the answer. Have the official answer that I've gotten it.
Do you have like any survival stories that you did in Paris and any survival tips in Paris?
Yeah, I mean, for apartments, I would say have your dossier ready.
Yes.
Like have it locked and loaded. Like, so get your last 3 pay stubs, your last couple bank statements, get the information of your garant locked and loaded. Have like a generic, like little typed up thing of why you want an apartment because things move fast. So if you do see an apartment and you like it, you want to be able to be like click send, like dossier send. Because that if you're like chasing someone trying to get your garant to get their stuff together, that can delay it.
Yes.
And
You
it's
have
really,
to be
really
fast.
fast. Yeah. So I would say that for sure. Survival tip for dating French men. I don't know. I really don't know.
You're just out here bringing it, babe.
I mean, I guess I would just say like it's very frowned upon to date more than one person.
Yes.
At the same time. And maybe if you're not from here, that might not be so obvious to you. So like if you have a date with a guy and it goes well and then you have a second date and say you kiss, like you really probably shouldn't be seeing anybody else. I mean, unless you like discuss it. So just like keep that in the back of your mind, I guess, because you can get in trouble. I feel like everyone has had the accidental French boyfriend where you find out you're in a relationship and you had no idea.
Yes,
but
exactly.
mind you, being a girlfriend doesn't mean you're in a relationship. That's a different thing, I guess, which I think
there's
is
different levels here.
there is, yeah.
But basically, you kiss, you're in a relationship in here.
Yes.
I have
Or
to
you're
say
something.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Things, you know, you talk about it.
And they're like, you know, they're not going to have the talk with you. Like you have to.
Yeah, you have to bring it up.
Yeah.
You have to tell the points.
And every time they're like, oh yeah, we're together. And you're like,
when did this happen?
yeah, were you going to tell me we were together? Like what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you notify me this was going to happen or something?
Yeah.
I swear.
What do you feel like is the biggest cultural difference for you between here and the United States?
Americans have this like friendliness, pleasantness, overly friendly. Some people call it fakeness. I don't think it's fakeness. I think it's just, I think life sucks as it is. And so we want to make other people, I always say whatever time you're going to be spending with someone, whether they're checking you out at the store, they're getting your coffee, they're your waitress, whatever. I think the American mindset is like, let's have as much nice moments together while we can in this short interaction. And it doesn't mean I'm trying to be your best friend. It's like, let's just like, I don't know, like let's try to make each other's day a little bit nicer. So like, there's that aspect to it. And, you know, that kind of stems and crosses over into like customer service, for example. There's this whole like, you know, the customer is king. If you call customer service to complain about something, they're like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We're going to fix this. And like that does not exist here.
No,
like literally. I've had situations with like, you know, companies or whatever, and like they are clearly in the wrong and they don't apologize. They don't say we're sorry for that. Like they'll argue with you.
Yes.
I think the hardest lesson I had to learn after years of living here, it's not even a lesson. It's like just a thing I had to learn.
Yeah.
You have to fight back.
Yeah.
You have to fight back. I used to have a lot of situations at like the pharmacy, at La Poste, with the delivery guys. And like they would just be dicks to me. And I would always be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like maybe there was a misunderstanding. And they would just
Don't
keep
be nice, girl.
Exactly. They
Yeah,
would keep
you cannot be
being
nice here.
mean to me. And like I would walk away crying and I would make a lot of TikToks about this. And like some of my earlier videos, it's so funny looking back at my older videos, I was just drowning. Okay. Like I was struggling. And French people would comment on my videos and say, babe, you got to fight back.
Yes.
And I was like, but I don't want to fight. I'm not a fighter. Like I'm
here for peace.
I don't want to fight. Like, what do you mean? And they were like, literally, you need to fight back. It's the French way. You fight back and watch what happens. And so the minute I started fighting back and giving a little bit of attitude back, everything changed. They started respecting me.
Yes,
I got what I want. I get apologies now.
Yes.
I get apologies. And I'm sitting here and like,
Point one.
and I'm like, it's so crazy that this works because I'm like, it goes against everything that I know as an American. Like, if you want a good outcome, you're not going to go in swinging. But no, here that's actually that's actually how it goes. You just got to give it back a little bit of sass. Like you have to like demand things in like a very abrupt way, and it works. And so now, I don't know, France has changed me. Like I guess that's how we do things here. So I think that's a really big cultural difference. In the US, it's totally normal to like wear leggings to dinner. That is one. No, I cannot believe it now. I look over and I'm like, what are we doing? Like in pajamas out in public? But I didn't know, you know, so when I moved here, I'm like, I would never do that now. Even when I run to the grocery store wearing sweatpants to the grocery store, I would rather die.
It feels wrong. Yeah.
I couldn't. Like I do wear my leggings on my way to Pilates. It's 7 a.m. I'm sorry. Like I'm not putting pants on in the morning.
Absolutely.
But that's the craziest thing I'll do. And so I think that was like it wasn't really a shock, but it's more just like something I've noticed that I changed about myself now.
Adaptation, yes.
And we learned a lot about you and how was your journey here, and it was really nice.
Yeah,
and it's good to have this super like positive vibe, because sometimes we have like this little negative vibe in Paris, but it's so good to have someone that's like a ray of sunshine in Paris.
Thank you. No, I think Paris is the best place in the world. I love it here. And yeah, you just have to learn to fight back a little bit and just be delusional. It's all going to work out. It literally, something else I just want everyone to know, never in my entire life have I known someone to be deported from France, even when they should be. Okay.
Yeah, that's so true.
Literally, I know people who first, like, I'm like, why are you still here? You should be deported. And people always freak out about that. They're like, oh my God, like this and the visa and the prefecture, I overstayed by 6 days. Babe, I've never seen anyone in my whole life get deported. It's not that serious. If you have your paperwork and you put on a nice face, you're probably fine. So do not panic. It's going to be fine.
Work out.
It will be fine.
That's great advice.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your stories, your chaos.
Thank you so
Honestly,
much.
yes. And guys, follow Amanda on TikTok at American Fee. If I'm
American
not wrong.
Fee.
It's gonna help you with all of Parisian scams.
Yeah, scams, visas, dating.
Advice, all the advice that you need to survive Paris. So thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. À la semaine prochaine.
À la semaine prochaine. Bisous. Bye.
Bye.